Hi guys, great to see you. Thanks for tuning in again. So the big news today is we've got a typhoon coming in tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. We just don't know which way it's going to go. Is it going to wobble to the north of us, which is up there, or to the south of us? So today's mission is to dive on the mooring. The mooring is a great big concrete block with a great big piece of triangular or pyramid shaped steel coming out of it, and that has some enormous chain. I've got about 20 odd meters of chain or even more. So that's the plan for lunchtime. I'm going to take all the covers off, just reduce the windage a lot. These covers are new. I sewed them, I made them just over a year ago, and other than the fabric was falling apart, the biggest change I made on them was that we no longer have to unscrew all the covers and take them down, which is a pain. So you have to unscrew everything. So what I've done now is I've used this tracking here. I forgot what this exactly is called, but yeah, this stuff here, so they just all slide out. So bright, lovely. This is what it's like sailing in the summertime or the tropics. You just keep the covers rolled up. Beautiful breeze all year round. It's just lovely. And if it starts to rain, we've got big side covers that we put out so the rain doesn't, we still have it completely open. Actually, a few more months and well, I've got to go away for a couple of months, but a few more months after that, she will be, really back into cruising mode. Really looking forward to it. Anyway, I've got to carry on with these covers, get these down below, and then I'm going to should be low tide by then and I can dive. Oh, I just want to show you something actually. Follow me. Not that you have a choice. Well, you do have a choice, but please don't. Anyway, so this is Tiare's back end here. That's the shore. It's not very far away. So if she drags, she's only got a second or two before she's on the rocks. So I've got to make sure everything's 100%. Because there's just no leeway at all. So I made a bunch of these soft shackles up when I did all the rigging. I've done it this particular way because my fingers aren't almost dexterous at the moment, or might ever be again. So these are really good for when you've got cold or gloves, that type of thing. You can actually get them off relatively easily. Just by pulling that little bit there will come through that off and goes on nicely as well. He said trying to do this one-handed, which is what you're going to do on a boat anyway. If you're heaving at sea, you need to be able to put these on relatively straightforwardly. He said desperately trying to get this on. There we go. Yeah, so it's like that. It's a nice, simple, very strong Dyneema. Right, so I'm going to put the camera down while I do these, but these won't take long at all to do. They're all done the same way. But yeah, nice thick Dyneema, easy to get to. None of these little fiddly strings that you have on some of them, which just, they lie flat onto the, when they get wet, they lie flat. You can't get them off if it's cold, your fingers aren't working. These on the other hand, you can just open them up like that, bring them out, and then put them in easy enough as well. Tighten them up and they're good to go. Anyway, that was the plan back in the day, and it's still a good plan. The reason why I'm being so cautious around my netting here so I don't fall in is it's given way along there, so that wood's finally rotted through. This side I replaced just a number of years ago, and it's fine. It'll last another 10-15 years or so. The other side I've got to redo the same thing. It's not a big job, it just takes a bit of time. Right. Righto, I've done the sails and the covers, and I'm about to head off into the water and check the mooring. I'm going to take you with me. I've got my GoPro and the underwater housing, so we'll go for a splash and see what's down there, eh? Oh, I can't see shit down there. Well, I think you see from the footage that I can't see a thing on the footage. Obviously the chain, the swivel look alright. The ropes coming down to where they twist up, they look right, that part. I can't see what's inside that twist. There's not much I can do about that. I don't have the time now to do it all. I'm fairly sure that it's okay. And I obviously can't see the bottom of the chain. Part of the reason is it's just too murky, and the other one is the more pertinent reason is I can't dive down that far. I do have a hooker being built for me now. That should arrive probably about 3 weeks time, just before I head off to the work on the marina. I've got some diving work to do over there, so I'm going to take the hooker with me. Right, just the end of the day. I've just got this bit here to tidy up before I can start work on Saturday lunchtime. I think the Typhoon's passed and I can get back out here. So anyway, this is what she looks like, all empty on the inside. She's only, I was just thinking about how I was going to explain this, but she's I'll do it this way. She's at a level 3 at the moment, which means that I've taken the front sails off, I've closed all the hatches, I've cleaned out the front here and taken off all the side covers, and just generally check things to make sure there's nothing loose that's going to fly around all the ropes. Level 4 would be, I would put out a front anchor. I'd put that down, make sure the anchor is well set, and then hook her up to the mooring as well. So she's got the mooring plus the anchor out the front. Level 5 is where we get kind of serious. We've done this a few times before when we're just north of Okinawa. We spent a year there, Typhoon Alley basically, and I think we went through eight typhoons, and a couple of them were really serious with 120 knot plus winds for quite a while. So at that level we basically stripped the boat. We took all the sails off, we took all the ropes off, everything was hammered down, we had both anchors out, you know, one out there. I was going to say, let's do this properly. One out the front one side, one out the other side. We had big stern ropes out to the shore, we had stern ropes out, side ropes out to the shores over there, another one hooked over a rock. They were wrapped around the mast. The front cover, well the cockpit cover here, ratchet over the top, and we tie it all down so the whole thing's locked solid. Again, all the sails are off. We then go around and all the hatches inside the cockpit there they all get covered up with masking tape, so the air can't get in there or vacuum can't suck things out. So everything's locked down. All the hatches are locked from inside. The hatches we can't lock down because we've got to come out. They get extra weights put on and then masking tape around as well. If we ever had a level 6, that would probably be me crying in a corner somewhere, because you can't do anything at that stage. Hopefully this part of Japan will never get above, I should never have to take the sails off. I don't expect anything at that level at all. If we ever did get to a level 5, which is like 100 knot plus winds sustained, I would probably take the boat and head over to one of the major harbours, sort of way on the mainland over there, and just bury myself into one of these great big concrete places they've got. Yeah, I'm happy on the mooring with a couple of anchors out if I had to be. A bit like this guy over here. He's got 2 anchors out the side, the back, and 2 anchors out the front. And yeah, I don't expect him to go anywhere unless he goes on top of me. I don't think that'll happen. I'm sure he's insured for a lot of money, so that's okay. Anyway, so I've just realized I've got to tighten up this one here. This is not acceptable. Everything else is fine. The sun is shining. She's looking nice and secure now. The last time I did this, I was yeah, we were actually cruising, so brings back actually pleasant memories, this does. I wish I could be out there now. However, not far away. Next year is going to see a big change. I think we're going to be cruising around Japan, visiting places and showing you all actually what an amazing place this is. Okay, okay. Bom, bom, bom. In summer times it gets really humid up here, and so one of the easiest ways to stop humidity on a boat, and what we found is really effective, are these things here. These are just dehumidifiers that are pretty common in Japan, especially around summertime to buy. They're cheap, and they just work so well. So 6 of these in each cabin. The end result of that is that we don't have any mildew or any sort of moldy stuff in the cabins. They just, what amazes me is that they actually fill up to the very top. Most people replace them and they sort of come up to that black band there. I forgot to replace them this year, left them a bit late, and they actually filled up to the brim. If you've got them in your country, use them. They're brilliant. If you haven't, I'm really sorry about that, but these are really good.